city. The journey from fear to love, from hell to Christ, is a journey that I took hand in hoof with Rumi, and I documented the whole story on video with the intention of making a film. Working title: A Horse in Miracles, a reference to A Course in Miracles. A Course in Miracles that teaches miracles, obviously, but really the miracle is choosing once again for the strength of Christ, and in alignment or agreement with the strength of Christ, there is no fear. There's absolutely no fear. And if there is fear, then you know, I'm out of alignment with the strength of Christ. I am out of alignment with the truth of who I am as a child of God, created in the image and likeness of my Creator. And of course, once you stand in that knowing, that deep, deep knowing that, first of all, I always walk with Christ, so even in the valley of death, I have no fear, right? Why would I if I am with Christ? It only makes sense to want to align with Christ, with truth, with love, with abundance, with health, with happiness, with fulfillment. Not aligning yourself with all the good stuff is putting yourself in hell, outside of the kingdom of heaven, inside of the lie, inside of the illusion. And why in the name of God, right, would I want to do that? Sorry, honey. Oh my God. Oh yeah. How cute. Everybody is napping. It takes a long time to fill a reservoir of trust, and it takes a split second to blow a hole in it. When this mare first came to us, she wanted absolutely nothing to do with me. I was just a very annoying clump of flesh that was dangling at the other end of her lead rope. She had no time for me. She didn't trust nor accept my leadership, and especially her feet were a very, very sensitive issue. She wanted nobody near her feet. The very first time that we had her trimmed, which was like incredibly needed, of course, her feet were horrendously neglected, overgrown, so we needed to do something about it. And we realized, of course, pretty quickly that the reason why they were so neglected was because she didn't allow anybody near her feet. So trimming her was a big operation. So big that we had a vet come in to sedate her for her first trim. Now, the previous owners had also very irresponsibly exposed her to a stallion, so we also needed to find out whether she was pregnant. I picked up that bill, obviously. I picked up the bill for having her sedated for her trim and for having her tested for pregnancy. I was willing to pick up that bill because I bought her knowingly that she was a piece of work, that she was a quote unquote project horse that was going to need a heck of a lot of training and rehabilitation. I also paid peanuts for her, next to nothing. So it was fair. I picked up this mare for next to nothing knowingly. And I went into agreement with this. Yes, as is, this mare is worth the steaks you can slice out of her, basically. Sorry, meat price. And that's what I paid for her. And that was fair. We both, the seller as well as the buyer, agreed that what she was worth in her current state, her feet not trimmed, she was barely halter broke, trailering was a disaster, and we agreed that she was worth the meat price, and I paid it gladly. She's worth a lot more now because I did rehabilitate her. And I did put an incredible amount of my valuable time on her training. I put a lot of my resources into professionals that were helping me train her and that were helping me rehabilitate her. When she came, she was like, oh my God, a handful. I bet Bodhi is getting up. This is the Book of Truth by Paul Selig. It's 1 out of 6, and I have studied all 6 of them religiously. I also have had 2 personal readings with Paul Selig, so my entire being, who I am, is very much influenced by these books and the teachings of the guides. We always invariably have a choice to go into agreement with the truth, the way, and the light, to go into agreement with Christ and enter the kingdom of heaven. The choice is always there. Am I choosing my own weakness? Am I choosing to go into agreement with a lie? And why would I go into agreement with a lie? Well, probably because I fear the consequences of not going into agreement with this lie. Maybe I am afraid of the person who tells me this lie, and out of fear I go into agreement with this person. Very unfortunate. When I choose to go into alignment or into agreement with the truth, I choose to go into alignment or agreement with Christ. And when I am in alignment with Christ, there is no fear. There is no fear. You cannot be with Christ and be in fear. If you find yourself in fear, you know that you have allowed yourself to go into an agreement with a lie. And in that agreement, Christ is not. How can Christ be inside of a lie when he is the truth? the way and the light. Sky snores and makes the cutest sounds when she's sleeping. Hi, Angel. How are you? It takes a long time to fill the reservoir of trust. And it takes as little as not paying attention to ruin it all. She looks like a beached whale. Holy God, that's a big belly. I don't have enough hay here anymore, so I am giving them nightly access to the grass. It's not great, and they're getting fat. All right, give you some space.